Hi, welcome back to another video. Today I am doing 3 ways on how to use my home canned chicken pot pie filling. Now I didn't do a chicken pot pie in this video because that seems like the obvious way to use this. I was trying to think a little bit more outside the box, so I did some fun recipes, I guess you could say, but they're still pretty simple on how to use this canned chicken up. I really did love this home canned chicken pot pie filling. It's really fun to have on hand. I will say that I need to adjust the seasonings a little bit for my liking at least, but it was still really tasty, really good, and you might like it, but I just felt like it needed a little bit more seasonings for me. So in the future, I'll be playing around with that, and of course I'll share that with you if I ever do that. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get to the recipes. So for this first meal, I was looking for something kind of different, and I had some of this cauliflower gnocchi from Trader Joe's in my freezer, and I decided to make a gnocchi soup, I guess you could say. So I had some mashed potatoes from a previous meal in my freezer, and I wanted to get these used up, and I decided to use my mashed potatoes as like the thickening, a base for this gnocchi soup. And I added my chicken pot pie filling to this. Now, I will be the first to say next time I make the chicken pot pie filling, I need to tweak the seasonings a little bit. I just felt like I wanted a little bit more seasonings. So I'll have to play around with that next time I make it. But other than that, it was still really good. You just might have to add a little bit more seasoning if you have made this canned recipe. So I was kind of going for a thick cream-based soup, and the potatoes were helping me do that. I added my cauliflower gnocchi after I kind of sauteed it up and kind of browned the edges. And then we just had a thick, delicious soup. I thought this turned out pretty good, and I liked how creamy and thick it was. So for this next meal, I was making some buttermilk drop biscuits. I did use a buttermilk powder, a freeze-dried powder, and then drop biscuits are a little bit more wet of a dough, and they're just really easy because you don't have to shape them. So I tend to do these a lot. And then we kind of just made a gravy out of this chicken pot pie filling. I was kind of going for like biscuits and gravy, but instead of your typical sausage gravy, we were obviously using our home canned chicken pot pie filling. And again, I did add some more seasonings because next time I make this, I do want to tweak the seasonings, but I love this as a quick, easy dinner for just those nights that you don't know what to make, because every meal went really fast. And that was dinner that night. We had some biscuits with our chicken pot pie filling gravy and some salad. For this next meal, I decided to try something a little different. I was trying to think a little bit outside the box, and I decided to strain off the broth, and I did put the broth in my refrigerator to use for a later time, and we were just going to use the filling for this recipe. So as you can see, I added some shredded zucchini I had in my freezer, and then a block of pesto that I had in my freezer. And then I pulled out a pie crust that I've had in my freezer, and we were making some chicken pot pie pesto hand pies, I guess you could call them. I was really trying to think of something different, and making hand pies, savory hand pies, sounded really good, and I needed to use up some of that zucchini and that pesto, and we kind of just made a little hand pie that turned out really delicious. So I'm really happy with how these turned out. Did add some cheese to them, and then I gave them an egg wash and baked them at 400 degrees. I want to say for about 20 minutes, but I can't really remember. So I am extremely happy with how these little hand pies turned out, and I just served it with some salad that night for dinner. And yeah, these would make great freezer meals too, which I do plan on doing for my husband for lunches. So I want to just thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and thank you for liking and subscribing, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.